So today I'm gonna be working on the TSXs. I'm gonna be taking out the camber arms from the white TSX and putting them onto the wagon because those are adjustable. I'm gonna put the stock ones back on the white one. I'm gonna do work on them right there in the driveway. So real quick, like the video, subscribe if you enjoy the content, and comment something. Any suggestions, anything. Comment first if you want to comment first. Just comment something. And of course, the white car is dead. Completely dead. So while that charges, update you guys, I got a replacement bumper. I sold the Modulo one that was on there. This is a SC bumper. And I got the tails out because I have somebody that wants to swap the stocks for the spirior, obviously plus cash. So basically, the car is almost ready to go. Just got to paint the front bumper and get the suspension out. But everything else is good to go. So this might, oh, shit, it's dark. This is probably, so this is probably a dub for today because I cannot get, I got the nut out, but I cannot get the bolt out. It's probably seized in there kinda, so I might need a torch, a lot of WD-40. So I just put that back, gonna put this back, and I'm gonna have to just work on it another day or try to see if I can use the shop to get the torch and all that stuff because I could not get that out at all. Alright, so I wasn't gonna record none of this because it was like just basic stuff, but I think I found like a pretty quick, well, I'm sure people do it this way, but it's pretty, you know, I'm gonna show you guys because so I'm just recording it, I'm doing it. But I'm installing my dash cam. Where is it? I'm installing my dash cam on the wagon, and I'm also doing a rear camera that goes on the back window. And I was trying to do it, I was wondering how I was gonna run this without removing the headliner completely or none of that stuff. And I think I found like a pretty quick trick so you guys can, you know, copy if you want to get a dash cam with a rear camera. And it's an easy way to get that wired through the back. So what I did, I just took out this panel that was here, that goes up here, so at least I can have access to the top. And then I had these little like sticks to run wires, and I was able to just push the headliner down a little bit there, ran it all the way to the front, you can see over there. So now I'll be able to just grab this wire. I'll just not double side tape it. I'll just like tape it with black tape onto this once I pass it through here, and then I'll be able to just pull it out. So I taped the wire for the rear camera there to that little stick thing, and let's see if I'm able to pull it through without it getting caught anywhere. There we go. Nice and easy. So now I just gotta route the cable through here so I can get it here somewhere in the center. So I got it all installed. That's the front camera. It's right there. I took all the wires in so you can't see anything, and that I hardwired it so it's not like a cable. And then the rear camera. So everything's good to go there. It looks really good. Just that wire there, and that's it. Happy with how that came out. So I got the headlight harness for the bi-xenons. So you can see here, connects the blinker now, parking light, and just like a no parking light. This is the blinker, and this is just like another parking light, like a little strip that goes right here. So that has this harness that connects to this, and then there was another harness, the main harness, that is the bi-xenon, so that it flickers or goes into the high beam. And then the ballast just connects normal to the ballast over here. So I got them all wired up. So the first click has a parking light. So you see it has this strip, which I'm gonna change. I don't like that red. And then it has that light that stays on. And then the headlights. One more. That's normal low beams, and then flick it. So everything is working. And then the center is the flashers. So they're all connected with the harness. Good to go. So I got the wire ran for the reverse lights for the rear. And I got that fished through there, or not fished through, just covered there. So that is nice. So now I just gotta make it go back a little bit more, because then I gotta run it back over here and tap into the reverse light. So you can see how good that looks with the covers. You won't be able to see none of the wires or none of that stuff. So now I just gotta get this tapped in. So what I did to avoid like splicing and tapping into the connector, like through the wires or whatever, I just went to I have a bag with a whole bunch of sockets. I found one that fits the OEM connector. And then I just soldered each wire to each side so that I can just plug it in directly. Let's see if I can plug it in with one hand. Oh, yeah. So now I could just plug that in and then it'll be good to go. I don't have to splice or none of that stuff. If I gotta disconnect it, I could just disconnect it. So now I'm just gonna tape that up because I obviously stripped the wire way too much. I'll tape it up and cover it up so that it looks good. There we go. I taped it up so that it looks halfway decent. And now I'll just connect it to the connector. It's hard with one hand. And before I clean it up, let's test it to make sure that it works. There we go. Now I finally got reverse lights. So we're getting the stock tails for the white sedan from somebody that actually found my video on YouTube, Alex. He's doing all his work because I'm too lazy. And we have the stock tails here to put on the white car. And he's gonna get the spiriors on. We already got the inners on and they look so good with the chrome piece. And let's get to putting these on. I didn't record before, but just look, like if you have a 4-door, you have to get these tails. It's a must.
It's a must. No, it's you have to.
Compared to, come on. Like those look nice, you know, factory, whatever.
Factory is nice,
but you can't compare.
LEDs, man.
You can't compare. Like they just look good. Look at that. So on the wagon, one of the mods that I want to do is make the fog lights, the OEM fog lights, independent, because as it is right now, I have to have the low beam on, and then that's when the fog light can turn on. I want to have them completely separate so I can just switch the fog light switch and then they're on. So how it is from factory is that you have to turn on the low beams and then the fogs you can switch on. You can't turn on just the fogs. And then when the high beams flick on, it turns off the fogs. So I'm gonna try to bypass that so I can do just the fog lights by itself. So I got it done. Took a lot longer than I anticipated because I was approaching it on a different way than what I had to. But let me show you guys the results. So now, when I put the key on, it still works like normal. I want to have the headlights on, have fog lights on, but now I can have just the fog lights. So when I turn on the headlights and trigger the high beams, it still works. Those are like the little mods that I love to do because it looks OEM. So I still use, my factory switch. So they're off there. So there's no extra switches, none of that stuff. And it looks so good. So now I could just drive sometimes, whatever, if I want, with just the fog lights, parking lights and fog lights, or everything on. And to me, that looks a lot better. I know this video was a little bit everywhere. There's a little bit of clips everywhere of stuff I've done throughout the week, and I just made them into one video. But it makes it a little bit easier if I could just work, on different things like that. So like the video, subscribe if you like the content, and more wagon stuff coming soon. Stay tuned.